Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
that?
The Birdman right there.
You know it, man. You know it.
Well, we got a special intro Teddy got for you here.
Let's get it. Today's guest is known for his special teams work in the National Football League. A man hailing from the U.S. Virgin Islands. He's played for the San Diego Chargers, the Arizona Cardinals, and the St. Louis Rams. This gentleman is not only a former NFL Pro Bowler, but also an All-Pro player, which designates the best player at each position during a given season. From the University of Houston, the one and only Mr. Hanik, Birdman, Milligan.
Hey, how
What
y'all
up,
doing,
man?
man? Appreciate it. I like the intro, man.
Hey,
How
thank you,
everybody
man.
doing today?
Hey, we're doing pretty well. You know that we're pretty good at stalking, and we want to dive into your career. But Hanik, first, thank you for joining us. How are you and your family doing?
We blessed, man. We blessed, Can't complain about anything. God is good.
Man, we've only been on a minute, and I love the optimism, and like it's like you're motivating me to play football. I almost want to run through that wall there, but I mean, we're gonna just dive in, and I like starting with the early years. So you attend Coconut Creek High School. You're a letterman in football, no surprise. You're named the team's defensive MVP. You're selected for All County. So next step, we go to the collegiate career, and that has a few stops. So you start at Garden City Community College in 98, where you redshirted your freshman year. You
Yeah.
then go to Iowa Central Community College, 99, where you balled out. 128 tackles, 21 and a half sacks, which is a school record, got to include 6 block kicks. That's like Madden created character stats. I just want to point that out there. So, I mean, then final stop at the collegiate career, Houston. You're a 2-time All-Conference USA selection. You left the school as the 3rd all-time leading tackler, 408 career stops. I mean, just a little the hand emoji there.
Man, God's good. I had some good mentors along the way. My older brothers, Justin and Hank. So, I've been fortunate, with God's grace and everything. So, I'm thankful for those guys. And, a lot of things you can't, nothing in life you can't be successful without God and having a good support system.
So, first, why did you pick the University of Houston? Clearly, it was the right choice. But did you see this being the best place to further your career?
Oh, definitely. You know why? Because my brother was there. So,
Gotcha.
Anywhere my brother is the best place for me to advance my career. So,
I love it.
It was a no-brainer.
No, and I mean, I think, like, I mean, being with someone I'm close with my brother, like, you can never go wrong with family there, because at the end of the day, your performance on the field is one thing, but having that emotional support, though, that person you can talk to, I mean, that's just makes it easy itself. And I mean, as Teddy alluded to, right decision, because you live every player's dream. You get drafted by the Chargers in the 6th round of 2003. Now, I got to ask, what did you drink when you find out you got drafted?
Me, one thing I don't speak about drinking, so I'll pass on that one.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. And
Yeah.
we've talked with some people that are like, "Hey, look, I went out and I put that money in the bank." And I'm like, "Wow, that's a better decision than I would have made."
Right.
No. So,
What that day though, I could say this, man. It was very special. I had my family around and my my good friends growing up. We like brothers, you know what I'm saying. So to have them around and them being happy for me, that was the best celebration that I could have, and thanking God for that as well. So, you know, anything outside of that, it didn't matter at that particular moment, especially just moments like that you could cherish forever. So I definitely remember that particular moment, having that family support and friend support like that. So those are the things I remember about draft day.
when you were, obviously you had a great year at Houston, and you're going down in the record books there. Where were agents or, people engaged with you kind of on a professional level? Where were they telling you that you would fall?
Well, again, I had my brother handling that type of stuff because I was more focused on playing on the field, so I wasn't really
Mm-hmm.
worrying about that. Coming into college and everything, my expectations was to go out there and do the best that I can, and the NFL was not really a topic until towards my senior year, and my brother when he had graduated the year before, so he was able to take away those distractions from me, so I could concentrate on my play on the field.
Mm-hmm. No, I love that, and it sounds like you and your brother are really close, and that's the person you
Definitely.
want in your corner. So, I mean,
Definitely.
we're going to your first year, San Diego, and it's weird saying that now that they're in LA, but you missed the first season, you tear your pec in the preseason. So, first real one you play is 2004, starting 14 games, you record 19 tackles, including 16 solo ones, and your next season, 2005. You had 20 tackles. You made the Pro Bowler as a special teamer, which, I mean, that goes down in history. It's the accomplishment for the highest of the high in that regard.
Definitely.
So I definitely want to give you kudos and shout out to that.
And another special thing about that year, I was voted one of the team's captains, so that was very special for me to have, the guys like LT and Lorenzo Neal and guys like that to give me that support as far as being trusting me to be one of the captains and representation of the Chargers. So that was great for me.
So, Birdman, I got to ask, how frustrating was it for this injury to occur in your first season as that rookie? And then how hard did you work to bounce back and then have that breakout season that you had in that 2005 season?
Um, it was a major blow because
Mhm.
throughout my career, other than my freshman year at junior college, I never missed a game. So to come in there and I had the momentum going, I was doing real well in the preseason, was great now, good in the games, and it took a lot out of me, uh, physically, but especially mentally. It was a big blow, and being on my own out there, trying to make adjustments and trying to recover from that. Uh, I wanted to, for the first time in my life, you know, I wanted to give up, man, and I wanted to just watching the guys go out there and playing, and I'm not able to contribute or help or anything, and just sitting around being injured, it kind of got depressing. But one day I didn't show up, and they were looking for me. I just decided, you know what, I'm not into it. I'm whatever. And Coach Schottenheimer, God rest his soul, and his wife, Miss Schottenheimer, came to my apartment, and we went out, sat down, ate, and he gave me words of encouragement, letting me know that this type of stuff happens on this level. No need to hold my head down. Just keep working, keep grinding, and you'll be right back better than ever. So hearing those words coming from the head man was a great motivation for me, and just to go out there and keep working hard and bounce back. So it was a blessing, what I mean, for me to go through that time and be able to come back, and God bless me to be have that productive year.
You
You
know,
got
and
me
it's
about to go. Oh well, you
no,
got
no,
me
go.
about to go. You got me about to go play some football now, man. You got me motivated.
You know what I think is interesting is we've talked to a lot of athletes, interviewing them about their career, and all of them go through adversity at some point. Obviously, some injuries, maybe a family passing, and obviously hindsight's 2020 looking back on your career, and it's like, maybe if that didn't happen, that perspective you would have had or that extra motivation, and obviously it worked in a sense because you have your best season in 2005. You're a Pro Bowler, you're a captain. And I want to talk about those 04-05 Chargers teams. I mean, they're stacked. 12
Yeah.
and 4 in 2004, 9 and 7 in 2005. As mentioned, you're the captain. So Drew Brees is the starting quarterback. Philip Rivers backing up. Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson. Also Lorenzo Neal, Michael Turner, Darren Sproles in that backfield. Antonio Gates, Vincent Jackson at the beginning of his career. That's just the
Yeah.
offensive side. The defensive side, you have a young Sean Merriman, Luis Castillo, Quentin Jammer. A lot of these guys had very long and successful careers. Did the team at that time realize how special that a group you guys were?
In terms of, yeah, I mean, we looked at the talent and just, I mean, we're double at almost every position. So that's rare to have that in the NFL. In college you would see that, but to have that in the NFL, we felt real good, man. Great, about our team, and like the '04 year, missing a kick has cost us from going far in the playoffs. So who knows what the outcome of the season would have been if that kick would have went through. But hey, things happen. And then '05, I think it was more of hangover per se of the year before, and you know, in our division, it's a real. It was a great division to go against, the rivalry games. I mean, every game you played, no matter the record of your opponent, especially in the AFC West, it's going to be a tough game. Everybody don't like each other, so you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm. And it's I kind of want to piggyback off of that because when somebody misses a kick, like everybody focuses on that one moment of like, oh man, well if we can put it on this one play, it changes the result. But obviously there's many plays over the course of a football game. But in the locker room, like what's kind of the feeling that's going through? Like, do you come back next year and you're hungry and you're like, okay, we're doing this as a team? Like, I'm just kind of interested. Obviously, looking back, this is close to 20 years. Hopefully, people aren't angry at the kicker anymore.
I mean, we wasn't angry at him. I mean, we love Nate. I mean, Nate is a great kicker. The weather conditions. He's an accurate kicker from college all year. So, I mean, you got to understand, when in those type of weather situations, them kicks, the percentage of being made, it goes down. So we wasn't mad at him. I mean, if you think about it, there's a lot of plays that were left on the field that we could have done or made better, so we wouldn't have been in that situation. So you can't put all of it on him at all or blame him. Being a team sport, man, it's everybody. It ain't Nate loss. It's the Chargers loss. So at the end of the day, man, we got to move on from it and just, next year put in more work and do our best to put him in a better position as well.
No, I certainly understand that. I've spoken like a true teammate, someone that's looking for the back of their others. And I mean, it's a little bit disappointing because that's when I really started following football. And I think the Chargers are one of the best teams from that era that didn't get a Super Bowl appearance. They go obviously 14-2 the year after in 2006. But Hanik, what I think is interesting is at the end of the 2005 season, you're released from the Chargers, and Marty Schottenheimer, rest his soul, said, "I'll just leave it at this. He saw himself as a safety. We were never comfortable with him in that role. He was a special teams player only, and for us, he didn't fit in the role as a safety." Now, I'm sure most people are willing to do what is ever asked to make an NFL team early in their career. Now, I respect that you stood your ground because special teams aren't flashy, and there's very few Matthew Slaters that make their career and are notable off it. Was there any part of you that was really tempted to just kind of swallow your pride, stick to special teams to stay on the Chargers?
I'm glad you asked that question because I'm gonna go back to this. When I first got there, when I was given the opportunity to play safety, I was very successful. I was averaging about 10 tackles a game in the preseason. I was doing well. Whenever they put me in the games to play safety, I was successful. I had a pass breakup on Tony Gonzalez in the end zone. It was on the front page of the newspaper, right? I did everything I was asked for the team. It wasn't that I was demanding to play safety. I just asked for opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm being able to actually explain my thoughts of that whole situation. I appreciate you guys for that. But that what really was going on with that particular situation. And I just decided to move on and, try to get opportunity and going to a new team. You got to adjust the playbook and all that. But, at the end of the day, I just felt that, not given opportunity, even though that I was 50-50. I wanted to stay definitely, you know what I'm saying? But, at that moment when your momentum's going, when you just want a chance, if you didn't get hurt, it's a lot plays into it. You know what I'm saying? Being as far as in college and all I was doing, every level that I've been on from before the pros, I was given the opportunity to see what I could do. And God bless me, put in the work, of course. But, I played defensive line in high school. You know what I'm saying? Then I played linebacker in junior college. So making adjustments is something I was fortunate to be able to do. And even when I went to the Chargers, I had success in the preseason. So looking at that, if I wasn't successful in the beginning of my career, then I probably would have been like, but who says that that's all you are? You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me to just say I'm just a one-trick pony, that's not my style. My style is to go out there and give it my all. And hey, however it works out, whatever God planned for me, is that was going to be, you know what I'm saying? But not given the opportunity, I couldn't swallow that one.
Yeah, and what I think is interesting is safety is kind of the hybrid. Like you've seen the Cam Chancellors that will line up at linebacker, or people have converted their careers from safety to linebacker or edge rushing because you're doing a little bit of everything. And I'm looking at that '05 Chargers safeties rosters right now, and not trying to poo-poo on anyone, but Terrence Keel has 1 sack, 0 interceptions, 1 fumble recovered. Boisjeu, I
Baju?
haven't. Baju. I haven't even heard of him until now. So I'm not trying to say anything negative. But Quentin Jammer at this point is a really good corner. Did they say why they're not even entertaining you for a possibility of starting or even a backup role?
We switched DB coaches, right? And people didn't see the practices. They had me at corner. I'm doing my thing. They put me at safety. I'm doing my thing. You know, the thing, as you see, it all boils down to money as well, because they would have to pay me. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, we didn't see eye to eye. And, you know, no matter what I did in practice, you know, of course the coach is going to come out and say that. That's who Marty is. So he's going to come out and, you know, he's going to kind of downplay it, because what coach is going to go out there and say he's a great player, but we just don't want to play him? They got to say something. So, you know, and unfortunately I had to move on. And then, like, I felt I was better than them guys, you know, or I could compete with them guys. And, you know, when I was given the opportunity, even in practice, you know, put me on the blitz, put me in different positions. You know, the game has changed. And, you know, and looking back, you know, I don't regret anything that happened. You know, my destiny is what God has in store for me. And you know, I'm grateful for the opportunity, but, you know, right now it's the new chapter in my life, and all those things that I went through in the past, and the adversity and things like that, it's been beneficial for my present. So, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
And I think, talk about that new chapter. I was actually watching Ballers lately, that Dwayne Johnson one, where it's kind of the post life of an NFL player. So
Yeah,
you had your NFL career, great career. Now, what is it looking like for the Birdman?
Self-improvement, just showing, you know, having good character, being there for my family, just continue to, you know, raise our kids and be a good example, and just continue to improve each day, man. And go out there, probably do, you know, speak to some kids or something like that. But right now, it's, you know, with everything going on with the pandemic, it's about self-care and focusing on your family. And then as things get better, you branch out and do other things. But, you know, like I said, right now it's just more about focusing on in-home things and like that, things like that. So
In-home things.
No plans to drop as of today, I should say.
In-home things such as building a man cave. And I don't know if you heard this one. Anyone say Milligan's Island?
Oh yeah. We had the Milligan's Island. We had Milligan's Mafia. Yeah, you already know it. Before kickoffs, you know, that's why I'm gonna tell you something. Them Chargers fans, man, they're the best to me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, they're loyal. They don't care what position you play, everybody get the love. Everybody gets the same love, man. And I'm serious, man. Look, like them Chargers teams, man. The one thing I can say is that the players, man, it was a brotherhood. Nobody, LT and them led the way, man. Drew, they made everybody feel at home. They embraced everybody. And to have superstar, Hall of Famers, and some future Hall of Famers just show that support, you know, they'll crump with the special teams. You know what I'm saying? They'll join in and all that, man. They took, like Marty, straight up, he took pride. He saw special teams more important than offense and defense. And that's why he felt if I played safety, I wanted to make sure I add this in. He felt like if I played safety, it's going to take away from the special teams.
Gotcha. That,
you know,
that you can't multitask or multi-commit. That,
yeah.
You know,
it's hard in the league. Yeah, you're not going to be able. It's because playing safety is kind of like quarterback, sort of say, because it's a lot of things. It's a lot of switches. You know, you're going against the offense, and they could come out with all. You got to be sharp. You got to be quick. You got to be, energized. And if you have a, like I said, depth counts, man. So to have, a deep team, you're able to have your starters, have some good backups, but also keep your special team strong, which, as you see, are very crucial in a lot of these games. Win and lose this game.
Yeah, and it's something that goes under the radar, but it becomes more on the radar when you have a great special teams return player, somebody that's returning it, or if someone muffs a fumble. That's when the spotlight kind of comes, and it's something that is kind of taken for granted. We have guy tuning in. Oh, another fan. So, Hanik, we've talked about your career, talked about post-career. We'd like to get our guests out of here with a little triple play rapid fire, some this or that questions. They are not all football related. You game?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, let's go. What is the better Chargers jersey, the dark blue or the powder blue?
Powder blue.
Powder. I figured you would say that.
Yeah, that's the clap, man. You ought to get to wear those. When we play, he barely wearing them. So.
All right, and that's true. The powder blues are kind of marketing a little bit more. Would you rather have to try to tackle Derrick Henry in the open field or a one-on-one jump ball versus Calvin Johnson?
I think the one-on-one with Calvin Johnson would be more difficult because a lot of these guys are trying to hit Henry up top, which is a mistake. Yeah, you gotta take him down low. I don't understand why they be that stiff. His stiff arm is dangerous.
Yeah, that's for the D end and linebacker, and you saying I'd rather go and try and tackle than this jump ball. I like it. I think most people would want to preserve their body. They'll deal with the embarrassment, but they don't want to get trampled or a meme like Josh Norman. So I respect it.
Yeah, you got to take his legs out. That's all.
That's a good
for
tactic.
His legs at least. But Calvin Johnson jump off. He been like about 6'6". With a vert, you got to add that vertical to it as well. A lot of people don't realize that arm length and the vertical with his height, it's very difficult.
Yeah, you get mossed either way, probably. All right, but speaking of legs, would you rather be a chair or a table?
I'd be a table.
You'd be a table.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Would you rather never get a paper cut again or never get anything stuck in your teeth again?
I would say paper cut.
Those paper cuts hurt. That's what I'm saying. Right,
they do.
They're very potent.
Yeah.
Small but with a kick.
Okay, I like that we're on the same page with this.
And with the table chair thing, I wouldn't want nobody to sit on me.
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, you're thinking about these answers. They're good. All right. Do you pull your toilet paper from the bottom or from the top?
Be careful how you answer this, Birdman. Come on now. It's a big one.
Oh, it'll be from the top.
From the top? No, it's from the bottom. The bottom is the more natural way.
Top.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, I see what you said.
You pull it. It's like a chin up versus a pull up. Like chin ups are easier. They're more natural. Yeah. All right, but he's still pulling from the top. That's fine. Would you rather participate in a snowball or a water balloon fight?
I would say snowball.
Okay. I like it. We got a few left, and then we got one from the listener commenting in. Would you rather fight Mike Tyson once or talk like him the rest of your life?
Fight Mike Tyson once.
Oh!
But if he hits you, you might talk about like him all the time anyway. So it's a lose-lose situation.
That's a good one.
Do you think you could potentially take him?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna even front. I'll give it my all, but I mean, I would have to as a civilian, a non-boxer, or as trained like he trained and things like that.
You get to train a little bit. We don't just throw you in there cold turkey.
I mean, I'll give him. If I stay away from his punches, he's gonna come attack and be like Mayweather. You never know.
All right, I like that. You're not backing down. So you can only listen to one album the rest of your life. What is it? And if you say a Birdman album, that's gonna make my day.
I would say probably Outkast, AT Aliens.
That's a good one. That's
because it has a balance of all, smooth. It gets you crunk, it gets you laid back, So I would definitely use that one. It's very versatile.
the people love it. All right, so we got the last two here. Would you rather fulfill your biggest wish or resolve your biggest regret?
I would say my biggest wish, because the regrets behind something that's already done is no way you could even correct that. You could just move forward, and next time you get the opportunity, make sure you don't make that mistake again. So your biggest dream will be more, what I would do.
No, these are very well thought out answers, and we have a question from a listener coming in. So Chargers D was a little skeptical last season. Why do you think Coach Staley wasn't able to excel on the defensive side? They have some quality stars, but just didn't seem to be healthy. Or they were healthy, I guess, for the most part.
I think it was up front.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the up front was you could clearly see that was the weakness. And then Bosa, I mean, him having to deal with a lot of double teams all the time, he's gonna get exhausted. By being exhausted, you go out there and get injured. And and I felt like they could have ran the ball a little more so they could defense to get more rest. They threw too much. Mm-hmm. Even you got Herbert, but they could have run. If you see the games they ran, I mean, when you see the Texans run all over you with guys my age, you got a problem. So, it's just a mixture of those things, man. Just run the ball a little more. The front, and they got to improve on the front seven.
We got one more. We got one more question from the listener. If you're down to answer, ask him about the hometown new school Charger, Asante Samuel Jr.
I played with his dad, so when they got him, I just knew that he's gonna be a great player for them. His instincts, his dad was very instinctive, great competitor. I watched him at Florida State. I saw what he could do. He brings a lot to the table for them, and that was a steal for the Chargers.
You know how we're getting old is people we played with or watched growing up. Because I played with Asante Samuel too. That we're seeing their kids play. But Hanik, really want to appreciate you joining us. Before we get you out of here, anything you want to plug, stuff that you're working on, where they can find your highlights, the socials, because if not, I'll plug it for you.
You go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm laid back, man.
Yeah, so and you got a new Instagram at official_Birdman31. We got to get that man's follower up. We got to get him some clout. You can check out his highlights on YouTube. A man making stops. We do a little bit of swag here. And just, really appreciate you taking some time talking about your career. Everybody that watches Triple Play, we appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you check out some other stuff we got going on. And signing out with just loving your shirt, always showing out.
And you feel me? And another little twist to the end.
God's playing
365.
365.
Everything you do, definitely. Every day is a day to improve. Every day is a fresh start. Let God lead the way 365 days of the year. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you continue to be successful. No days off.
And that's what we call a mic drop right there.